European Union's new policy to impose additional tariffs on the Chinese electric vehicles is backfiring on itself, as car manufacturers, giant car manufacturers like Mercedes and Volkswagen are warning the European Union to delay this additional tariff to imposing on the Chinese electric vehicles, because this every action has a reaction, and China on its part will also impose additional tariff on the import of Mercedes-Benz and Volkswagen, this kind of cars to China. So that is exactly what these car manufacturers in Germany are afraid of, and sending message to the European Union. This is what it came in publication as of today. German car maker Mercedes-Benz has reiterated its opposition to the European Union planned tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles, urging a delay in implementing these highly controversial measures to avoid harming interests of both sides. You see, yes, it will not be that EU thought that the harm is only on the China part, or maybe they will know that they will not implement it, and maybe it's just that for media consumption, because this will have a huge backfire against Europe itself. This is in quote what the Mercedes-Benz CEO said: "We need more free trade, not additional barriers." Ola Kalenius told German media outlet yesterday, on Monday. He emphasized that the proposed tariffs would fail to enhance the EU's global competitiveness, which is crucial for the bloc's successful transformation and long-term economic growth. I mean, in a simple word, or in a simple language, if European Union impose that additional tariff, which by the way is 45% against the Chinese electric vehicles, China will do the same, and that will harm the European companies, and they will not allow it. As the deadline for the planned tariffs approaches, the CEO of Mercedes called on the EU to seek a balanced solution that benefits both parties. He also stressed that the CEO negotiations would require time, and urges the EU to extend discussions to avoid escalating the disputes. The German automotive industry and federal government share Mercedes-Benz also is concerned. Now, both have voiced clear opposition to the protectionist tariffs, warning that such measures could trigger a tariff spiral or even a trade war, ultimately threatening the EU's own economic interests. That's why I say it's backfiring against the European Union. The Mercedes-Benz and Volkswagen, these giant companies in Germany or giant companies in the EU, are already struggling. They have closed their plant in Russia. They are also they are about to close after 87% of manufacturing this car. Historically, they are considering to close their plant as well in the head office, meaning in Germany. This is because of the loss, because of the popularity of the Chinese EVs, the cars that are produced in China. So it's something that they cannot fight. China's being giant in these electronic vehicles is it's bigger than EU. It's bigger than the West in general. What EU is doing right now is it's simply following the United States. The United States is its guarantee in terms of security. So it's like an echo for the US, because US also has imposed additional tariffs on Chinese EVs and blaming it that the tires and other things in this Chinese EVs have a chip like that they are spying in the US. So this is what they are blaming the Chinese EVs. So this is a trade war, just like it has been elsewhere, that in Africa and other countries, because of China's presence, more and more presence, and or we can say that the trading is dominance in Africa. The United States have been containing African countries, containing this, because of their strong trade alliance with China. But it's something bigger than them. China's economy it's not something comparable with these countries, and the benefits that the African countries or others who are getting with their trade relation from China, and the fund, the loan, without being bullied or without even intervening in the governance of that country, that's something that they want. For the same reason, that's why the global south is running and knocking the door of BRICS, because the way United States or EU doing is, it's like colonization. They don't want equal partnership, but whereas China and other countries are giving them. So if the United States and Europe fails to take its lesson, then it cannot say that now they're taking the war, the heat, they're getting the warmth of the heat, what they have been disseminating to other countries to avoid it from a direct war or trade war between them and China. But now it's happening directly between US and China, and between the EU and China. So eventually the EU, definitely some leaders are already, some countries are saying that we are just following. I mean, they know that the US has dragged Europe into this war of Ukraine, Russia, and people will realize, people will not just be sleeping the whole time. One day you will be awake, and then, hey, I mean, what are we doing? Just following the United States. And so let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this call from the CEO of Mercedes-Benz for the EU to revise its policy of imposing additional tariff, 45% of tariff against Chinese electric vehicles. Also, if you know something about it, about your experience of the Chinese electric vehicles as opposed to which are produced in the US or other places or in the EU, let us know in the comment section. That was it for now. The trade war between the two, the West and China, is going on. It will not be an easy one. There will be retaliation. One will reciprocate one's action. So it will not be just, it will be a spiral of tariff, imposing additional tariffs, this and that, unless they have a series of discussion, if that can be done. Thank you very much again, and I will see you on the next one.